Drawing from Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verses 7 to 9, Pastor Theodore asked the audience what gives meaning to their work. It was during the Wednesday Vision Night of the 16th of April 2025. The leader emphasized on the need to giving meanings to one's work. He explained that the satisfactory coefficient of every work is the profit it brings to others who benefit from the work. He deplored the fact that many people work for a salary instead of working so as to be satisfied with the satisfaction it brings to others. Explaining further, the leader brought out the fact that people without deep relationships cannot give meaning to their work. Thus, there is a need to have good relationships and to have people whom you desire to please.
Et au niveau humain, quand tu entres dans la vie de quelqu'un, pourquoi ne pas laisser un impact de sorte que même si la personne devait partir de ta vie, pour qu'un jour on se souvienne de toi.
Pastor Theodore Anduse also warned against all possible misunderstanding, clarifying that working to satisfy others in this context doesn't mean that you are working for someone. It reveals the fact that you are working to be satisfied with the satisfaction it brings to others. The leader concluded that in order to derive satisfaction from one's work, there must be deep relationships with people or someone you will love to please, and you should work to satisfy them. Reporting for RTVC, Albert Dang.
A significant milestone has been achieved in making the writings of renowned author Zacharias Koume more accessible to a wider audience. As of January 18, 2025, close to 100 different titles of ZTF books have been made available in audio format, with about 8 more in progress. These audio books span diverse themes such as Christian service, spiritual leadership, godly parenting, and spiritual revival, and all are available in both English and French. This development is expected to reach a broader audience, including those who prefer audiobooks or have difficulty reading print materials. Interested listeners can access these audiobooks at ztfbooks.com. The availability of ZTF books in audio format will likely enhance the dissemination of his teachings and writings, which have been widely read and appreciated globally. Reporting for Koume News, I am Hule Ojon.
The first pedagogic retreat of the year 2025, coordinated by the principal of the School of Knowing and Serving God, Harriet Barga, and Professor Dieudonné Jamen, took place in Koume on the 11th to the 14th of April. The team was made of the staff of the School of Knowing and Serving God, the pedagogic team, and the editorial team of Madame Harriet Barga. They worked on the 7th teaching unit, which is titled Giving to God, based on the book by Professor Zacharias Koume titled The Christian and Money. The book was subdivided into 10 lesson units to enable the brethren to better understand and obey the message. The preliminary work was therefore completed. The production chain that stretched for 40 days was therefore launched in order to make available the document, which is made up of a leader's manual and the activity leaflet. Therefore, one more step has been made as concerns the teachings of the Bertois message.
Le message de Bertois est subdivisé en deux.
The Bertois message is subdivided into 2 parts. This means there are 16 things to put on and 13 things to remove from the life of every believer. This is done in stages, that is, step by step. And what we do is that we take a step of the Bertois message and get a book of Professor Zacharias Koume which corresponds to the step of the Bertois message. So it is on this book that we work. In the pedagogic retreat, we read the book and subdivide it into lesson units. Then we work on each lesson unit. The work consists of bringing out questions which the brethren will have to answer to better understand the steps of the Betua message and the corresponding books.
Brother Jean-Vincent Nono and Brother Ambrose Nji, literature missionaries of Christian Missionary Fellowship International, went to Malabo for the purpose of the distribution of Professor Zacharias Stanley Formum's Christian books. Their trip to Malabo was on the 11th of April 2025. The brethren presented Brother Zach's work and the different phases of Christian Missionary Fellowship International. They also gave a historical timeline of the work of the founding leader. Briefing the saints in Malabo on the different works accomplished in the different phases, the saints thanked the Lord for his faithfulness. Talking about phase 3, Pastor Jean-Vincent shared with the saints the phase 3 goal. He specified that Christian Missionary Fellowship International must be in 200 nations and having 1 million house churches led by 1 million disciple makers before December 2030. Another highlight of their visit was the baptism into water of 14 people and the deliverance of 3 people. Pastor Ambrose Nji also held a 3-day crusade on deliverance. The crusade was marked with healing from asthma, hypertension, back pains, diabetes causing blurred sight. He shared with the saints on intercession and on the need to terminate with one's past and sinful experiences. He also called upon the saints to be watchful of obstacles that stand in their way as believers. At the end of the visit, the missionary couple and Pastor Augustine Francisco accompanying Pastor Ambrose as he prepared to travel back.